Welcome to AI Assembled, the top AI news for small business. I'm Chris Doelle, and each week I bring you the most important AI developments that can transform your business. Let's dive into this week's top stories.
OpenAI made what may end up being the most consequential small business move of the week, and it has almost nothing to do with chatbots. On June 3rd, OpenAI announced Codex for every role, every tool, every workflow. Until now, Codex was an AI coding tool aimed at developers. The new release blows that boundary up. Codex is now positioned as an AI agent for product managers, writing and testing product specs, for lawyers, drafting and reviewing contracts, for data analysts, writing and executing queries, and for operations teams, automating repetitive cross-system tasks. In plain English, OpenAI is taking a tool originally built to help engineers write code and pointing it at every job inside a small business that involves repeatable workflow. For a small business owner who has been wondering whether to hire that next coordinator, that next bookkeeper, or that next contract reviewer, this is the kind of release that should make you pause before you post the job ad. The practical advice this week: pick one workflow in your business that takes more than an hour, repeats more than once a week, and crosses 2 or more software tools. That is the workflow Codex was just rebuilt to attack. Test it on that single workflow before you scale anything. The businesses that win the next 12 months will not be the ones using the most AI tools. They will be the ones who replace their 3 most expensive manual processes first. Across the Atlantic, London Mayor Sadiq Khan announced a £12 million government investment to help London's small businesses adopt AI. The announcement came at London Tech Week and is a 3-year program, £4 million per year, funded through London and Partners, the mayor's growth agency. The plan offers AI readiness assessments, expert mentoring, workshops, and tailored adoption guidance directly to small and mid-size firms. Why this matters even if you are not in London. The UK government's own data shows that fewer than 1 in 6 UK small businesses currently use AI tools, 16%. Even though nearly 2/3 say AI will be critical to their competitiveness within 5 years. Khan's program is the largest single-city public investment in small business AI adoption announced anywhere in the world this year, and other major cities are watching. New York, Toronto, Sydney, and Singapore have all floated similar ideas. For an American or Canadian small business owner, the takeaway is to start watching your own local economic development office. The money is starting to move. AI readiness grants, vouchers for advisory, and subsidized training are quietly showing up in city and state budgets right now. Call your local small business development center this month and ask one question. Are there AI adoption grants or programs available to a business of my size and sector? The answer is changing fast. And one more story from the people side of the ledger. Mark Cuban took to X on June 2nd to argue, directly to college graduates and job seekers, that small businesses are desperate for AI talent, and that job seekers should start their search there, not at big tech. Cuban's argument is pointed. Small businesses create roughly 60% of new jobs in the US every year. Only about 14% of all businesses have actually embedded AI across their operations, and most small ones do not have a dedicated AI budget, not because they don't want one, but because they don't have anyone in-house who knows where to start. Cuban pushed back hard on the idea that AI is reducing small business headcount. He said, "They are not using AI to cut jobs. They are using it to do things they didn't have time to do before." That distinction matters. For small business owners listening, the implication is that your next great hire may not be the most experienced person you can afford. It may be the youngest, cheapest person on the market who is fluent in AI tools and willing to learn your business. That hire pays for itself the moment they automate one weekly task you used to dread. Look at recent grads, look at career switchers, and screen for AI fluency the same way you screen for spreadsheets. It is now table stakes.
Now to a really specific data point that landed this week. Intuit's 2026 AI Impact Report, which we covered broadly last week, has a deeper finding that deserves its own conversation because it goes to the heart of where small business AI dollars are actually being spent. 46% of all small businesses now use AI specifically for marketing. That is roughly 1 in 2, and it is colliding with one of the oldest cost barriers in small business. A traditional full branding package, logo, visual identity, brand guide, marketing assets, runs anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000 at a mid-tier agency. A custom business website on top of that runs another $8,000 to $40,000. For most of the 36 million small businesses in the U.S., that has always been out of reach. AI is now compressing that production phase from months to days, and from tens of thousands of dollars to almost nothing. But, and this is the important part, the people who run AI-powered design platforms are themselves warning that AI gets you only about 80% of the way. The final 20%, what your brand stands for, who it is talking to, and what feeling it needs to leave, is still a human decision. The risk, if you skip that 20%, AI-generated assets drift, fragment, and quietly destroy brand consistency over time. The practical move this week. Before you generate a single new logo or landing page with AI, write a one-page brand brief. Who is the customer? What promise are you making? What feeling should your brand leave? Then let the AI run and judge every output against that one page. That is how a small business gets a six-figure-looking brand for free, without ending up looking like everybody else who also used the same AI. Story 2 in this block, and a quietly important one for service businesses. On June 3rd, Alternative Payments and Ledgerway announced a strategic partnership that brings AI-powered accounts receivable automation to more than 5,000 small businesses across North America. Ledgerway is a modern tax, accounting, and advisory firm with roots going back 50 years, serving small businesses across Georgia, Florida, Texas, and California. Alternative Payments is an AI-driven business-to-business payments platform. Through the partnership, all of Ledgerway's small business clients get access to AI workflow automation for invoicing, secure online payment portals, automated cash reconciliation, real-time payment tracking, and direct integration into accounting and ERP systems. Why this matters beyond just these 5,000 businesses? This is the model. Small businesses don't usually buy AI software directly. They get it bundled through the accountant, the bookkeeper, the trade association, or the franchise. Watch your own accounting firm or your industry association in the next 90 days. The odds that they announce a similar partnership are now very high. If yours doesn't, ask them why. Because here is what the AI is actually fixing. Small businesses across the country spend an average of 30 hours a month chasing unpaid invoices manually. That number drops by more than half once AI handles the reminders, the reconciliation, and the payment options. For a service business with 1 or 2 people in the office, that is the difference between hiring an extra person and not. And quickly, the broader theme this gives us? A company called Utilisoft also announced this month an expansion of AI development services specifically for franchisees and small businesses, which is another version of the same story. AI capabilities being delivered through trusted, industry-specific channels rather than sold directly to overworked small business owners. The takeaway across all of this? In 2026, small businesses are not adopting AI by reading product pages and trying a free trial. They are adopting it by upgrading the platforms they already trust: their accountant's portal, their franchise system, their payment processor, their customer relationship system. The buying pattern has shifted from evaluate the AI tool to accept the AI feature inside the tool I already pay for. For a small business owner, that means 3 things this quarter. 1. Audit which platforms you already pay for and ask each one what AI capabilities they have added in the last 6 months. 2. Pick the 2 or 3 you use daily and turn those AI features on. 3. Stop trying to buy AI as a separate line item. The platform you already use has almost certainly added it.
A second OpenAI story this week. And this one is aimed directly at the small business worry that has slowed AI adoption more than any other. On June 2nd, OpenAI rolled out something called ChatGPT Lockdown Mode. Lockdown Mode lets a small business owner or a team admin lock down ChatGPT's risky capabilities: live web browsing, deep research mode, agent mode, file downloads, and certain web-derived image features. When lockdown mode is on, ChatGPT cannot reach out to the internet during a conversation, cannot pull files in or out, and cannot run autonomous agent loops. The reason this matters for small business? It removes the single most common objection. A small business that handles client data, health information, financial records, or anything regulated has been told for 2 years by their lawyer or compliance officer that ChatGPT is too risky to bring inside the company. Lockdown Mode is OpenAI's direct answer to that lawyer. If you have been told no on ChatGPT inside your business because of data risk, this week is the right week to reopen that conversation. There is also a related story that broadens the picture. On June 2nd, OpenAI's frontier models and codecs became available on Amazon Web Services. And xAI separately launched a feature called Connectors inside Grok, which links the AI directly into SharePoint, Outlook, OneDrive, Google Workspace, Notion, GitHub, and Linear. Translation: the wall between general-purpose AI chatbots and your actual business data is coming down on every major platform at the same time. For a small business owner, you no longer need to copy and paste your work into a chat window. The AI now reaches into your tools where the work already lives. That is the unlock that turns AI from a curiosity into the operating layer of your business. So here's the bottom line on this week. The investment, the policy, the talent market, and the tooling are all moving in the same direction at the same time. OpenAI is opening AI to every job, not just developers. The Mayor of London is putting £12 million behind small business adoption. Mark Cuban is publicly telling new graduates to skip big tech and go work for small businesses with AI skills. 5,000 small businesses just got AI-powered accounts receivable automation through their accountant overnight. And the security objection that lawyers have been hiding behind for 2 years just got patched. There is no week left to wait and see. Here is your 5-step action plan for the next 30 days. 1. Pick one workflow in your business that takes more than an hour, repeats weekly, and crosses 2 software tools. That is the workflow you test Codex or a similar agent on first. Stop trying to AI-ify everything at once. 2. Call your local small business development center, your chamber of commerce, or your state economic development office, and ask whether they have AI adoption grants, vouchers, or subsidized training available. The money is starting to move. Get on the list before it is announced publicly. 3. Write a one-page brand brief before you generate another AI asset. Customer, promise, feeling. Run every AI output against it. That single page is the difference between a six-figure-looking brand and a generic one. 4. Ask your accountant, your bookkeeper, your franchise system, and your payment processor a single question. What AI features have you added in the last 6 months? Turn on the ones you are already paying for. Stop buying duplicate AI tools you do not need. 5. If you have been holding back on ChatGPT or any frontier AI because of data risk, look at lockdown mode this week and reopen the conversation with your compliance lead. The objection that stopped you a year ago is no longer the same objection today. That's the brief.
That's it for this week's AI Assembled, the top AI news for small business. If you found this valuable, share it with a fellow business owner. If you want a hands-on group that you can work with on your specific AI needs, consider joining Business Success Academy at freshmediaworks.com/BSA. Until next week, keep innovating and keep it real.